and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new season of my FM20 save with FC Rapid. This is the first ever season that we're in the Champions League, and I'm so excited for it. I've already played through to the first group stage match that we're about to play right now. Um, but first, of course, I'll take you to the group stage draw, and before that, even the transfers and the matches that have already happened. So first off, let me take you through the transfers. It's been a very busy period. So here we are. First, there haven't been a lot of ins, so to say. We've got three. Let's start with the cheapest one, which is, you know what? Let's not start with the cheapest one. Let's start with the most expensive one, Tibor Balas, a Hungarian goalkeeper, 19 years old. He already looks pretty damn good, but he is about to become so much better in a couple of years' time. So he is going to be a very important backup to Labrovic in the first couple of years, and after that he might even overtake him as well. So very excited about him now already, but also for his future. He's already played a lot of under 21 caps for for Hungary. Um, Damn. He has already played elf under 21 caps for Hungary. Um, so he has been playing average, not too good, but Hungary isn't too good of a country either when it comes to football. So that's the first one, really for the future. The second one is Yuri Brako, Slovenian. He is a right winger for a backup for Pinter. Again, right now he isn't looking as good as the right mids we already have, but he could become a lot better than he is now, and I'm very excited for it as well. Not much to say about him for now. So let's just quickly move on because we've got a big episode. So let's just quickly move on to the biggest player that we've got in. Only 80,000 euros, but look at him already. He is a left back, a 19-year-old Ivorian. For some reason, he doesn't count as a non-EU player. Don't ask me why, but I'm not going to complain about it. So he's a left back. He's better than Pisk already, but I'm rotating the two around because we've also got the Champions League and the Cup and the League. So they're both going to be very important this year. He is only 19 years old, has already made one senior cap for Ivory Coast. And he is gonna be so much better as well. Look at his attributes already, and that he's going up already as well. So he's got a very exciting future to look out for. So those were the three players that we got in. Now let's take a look at the outs. As you can see, there are a lot. Let's just sort them by transfer fees. So as you can see, we've loaned out a hell of a lot of players. Not these last two. We've loaned out a lot of players, important players as well, but most of them either players that wanted to leave permanently, and I got them to only go out on loan so we could use them maybe later, and players that were non-EU so we couldn't register. So as you can see, feel free to pause the video at any moment to take a look at what names are in there. Maybe I've been talking for long enough that you've seen already all of them. Those are all the players that we've loaned out. We've lost two on a free. This one I'm not too fussed about. A goalkeeper we weren't ever going to use, but the other one, Ivan Garba, a very good striker, tried to renew his contract as well, but as you can see, Hajduk offered him way more money than we could. So he is left to Croatia, sadly. Yeah, I really wanted to keep him. He had really good potential as well. On the other hand, we do have a lot of good strikers, but I'm just sad that the opposition now have him. And after that, we have sold five players. Christy Marin wasn't ever going to be good enough, so sold him off for a little bit of money. Francisco Medinga got him in a couple of seasons ago, very promising, but he just didn't live up to that promise, and also a non-EU player that we weren't registering for the past 1 or 2 seasons. So yeah, that's him gone. Not too fussed about that. Doru Neagu, same goes for him. Had a lot of potential, but just wasn't living up to it. Still has some good attributes, looking at that 18 teamwork and 15 work rate as well. But just wasn't good enough to make it into the squad. Marian Dragiceanu, of course, in the first couple of seasons, very important for us, but after that he just didn't grow as we expected him to. So at the beginning he was good enough, but now he didn't grow with the rest of the team. So moved him on as well. And Shupe, the striker, the same goes for him. Had a lot of potential, but then we got better strikers, more strikers and better strikers, and we just didn't use them anymore. Only as a sub every now and then. Um, so yeah, moved him on as well. And also the good thing is that they all went to a Romanian team as well. So Romania is being improved upon. So that's good. So that were all the transfers. Now let's take a look at the schedule. All right, welcome to the Champions League, a group stage draw. We've waited long and hard for this, about 6 years in the top league. We've waited to finally finish in Champions League places. So here we are. We are seated fourth as I expected. Let me just check the coefficient points. We are dead last as well. So that's something to look forward to. We're only gonna have tough opposition. So let's just do an automatic draw. Because it's the first one, let's just take our time and enjoy this. Well, as a matter of fact, let's not do the automatic draw because that just takes too much time. So PSG in Group A, Dortmund in B, AC Milan in C, Man City, Kiev, Liverpool, Barcelona, and Tottenham. So my first hope is that we end in Group E, because out of these 8, obviously Kiev is, well, it's still a very good team. As we saw last year, they knocked out Gazmetan out of the Europa League. But the fact that they were in the Europa League and not in the Champions League says enough, I think. So I think that is the group that we would want to be in. So let's just move on to the second seeds. So PSG get Bayern, Dortmund get Benfica, Milan get Chelsea, Man City get Atletico, Kiev get Juventus, Liverpool gets Inter, Barcelona and Man United, and Tottenham and Real Madrid. So Juventus is a very hard team paired with Kiev. But I still think maybe Group B, Dortmund and Benfica, between those two groups. But let's firstly move on with the third seeds. So PSG, Bayern and Krasnodar, Dortmund, Benfica and Valencia. So we definitely don't want Group B because we will finish dead last, I think. Milan, Chelsea and Monaco, Man City, Madrid, Atletico Madrid and Shakhtar could be a group. So Group A and Group D, I think it's possible for us to finish in third. Kiev, Juventus and Porto, interesting one. Liverpool, Inter and Bayer Leverkusen. Barcelona, Man United and Roma and Tottenham, Real Madrid and PSV. So looking at these groups, for me, I think it's between A, D, E or H. Because of the third seeds, I think we can beat those. In the other groups, I think it's impossible for us to get even a point. So we definitely don't want these 4. But let's just check where we get put in. So Group A is PSG, Bayern, Krasnodar, and Osijek from Croatia. Group B is Dortmund, Benfica, Valencia, and Partizan Belgrade. Group C is AC Milan, Chelsea, Monaco, and Hertha Berlin. Group D, Manchester City, Atletico Madrid, Shakhtar, and Olympiacos. Group E is Dynamo Kiev, Juventus, Porto, and Olympique Lyon. Group F, Liverpool, Inter, Bayer Leverkusen, and us. And G gets Besiktas, and then Copenhagen goes to H. So we get Liverpool, Inter Milan, and Bayer Leverkusen. I mean, let me just check, just to be sure. We can't see where Liverpool finished last year. Maybe we can check it in this way. Liverpool finished in second in the Premier League. Next one is Inter Milan. They finished, where did they finish? Last year in fourth. Alright, so that's a little bit better than second in the Premier League. Also check their value, 569 million. Liverpool had twice that much. Our value has gone up a little bit because we just got the 15 million. And Bayer Leverkusen has 306 million, so still a lot more than we do. They finished, oh, wrong season. They finished in, where are they? Oh, here, 4th place as well. All right, as you can see, our value has gone up to 84 million, so it has gone up a lot because we were at 38, I think. But it's a very tough group. So yeah, I'll see you guys in just a second. So here's the schedule. The matches we've already played. A friendly against the second team of Craiova, we won 7-0. We sadly lost the Romanian Super Cup 1-0 to Stoia. We then beat Voluntari 1-0 at home in the league, then drew away against CFR Cluj, beat CS Miofini 1-0 at home, and then beat Craiova 4-0 away from home. So that was a very good win. And as you can see, our ex-player scored an own goal. We then drew against Dinamo 1-1. We then beat Academica Clincheni 3-1, beat Shikshireta 2-0 away from home, and beat Cluj 1-0 away from home as well. Then in the international break, we had a friendly against FC Viitorul because I knew we were playing them in a week's time as well. We beat them in the friendly 1-0 and beat them in the league 4-1. So we have had a very, very good start to the league, as you can see. Only 2 draws and the rest of them are wins. As you can see, we are in first as well, 4 points already above number 2, so that's very promising for the rest of the season. That's also one of the reasons why I skipped forward to the first Champions League match. As you just saw in the draw, we are facing Liverpool, Inter, and Bayer Leverkusen. So right now we're playing Liverpool. For now, it's only going to be one game because this episode is also the transfer episode and the start of the season episode. So this episode is only going to be the game against Liverpool. After that, I'm going to try to do 2 group stage games at a time, and I'll see how I'll manage to do that with the final one. That's something I have to think about. But for now, let's focus on the match against Liverpool. A very, very tough match, of course. I don't have to tell you guys that. We are going with our normal starting 11. We're not playing more defensive than we would normally do. I'm just gonna see how this works out, because sometimes when you have your first season in Champions League, the very big teams underestimate you as well. So we're just gonna have to wait and see how it pans out. Of course, hope for the best. Probably not gonna get a good result, but you never know. We're gonna try our best and give it our all and hope for a 3rd place in the group. And of course, if we get a single point, we also get a lot of coefficient points compared to where we are right now. So that's good as well. Let's just get straight into it. I believe I checked the other European tournaments as well. I believe only Gosmeton is still in there and all the other teams got knocked out, sadly. Yeah, we're gonna have to give a very good effort to get Romania a little bit higher in the coefficient charts. So here's the team. I forgot to take you guys through it in the previous screen. Here we are: Labrovic in goal, Ferrero, Bogdanovic, Lupu, and Diambate, the new left back. Pinter, Owaida, Memela, and Castillo, and Shilaru and Lambulic. So compared to last season, the only difference is Diabate at left back. Normally we would have Pisk there. The good thing is that whenever Pisk now gets injured, we don't need to use Zemiarski or Brikeog. We can use Diabate. So that's very good. So here we go, our first ever minutes in the Champions League against Liverpool at Anfield. I mean, what better stage is there to have your first minutes in the Champions League? And Liverpool already had a corner kick and it almost went in as well. Maybe we can try to counter, but Diogo Jota takes the ball off of Lambulic and Alexander Arnold with a through ball to Mohamed Ihataren. And he hits the side netting luckily. So we're already holding on for 7 minutes. They do already have a couple of shots on goal. We don't, obviously. Oh, maybe here, Pinter, the defender from Liverpool, missed the ball completely. Pinter with the ball in the box, and he hits the side netting as well. Our first ever shot, it wasn't on goal yet, but our first ever shot in the Champions League, and it came from Richard Pinter, who we got back from Chelsea after he spent there 1 or 2 seasons. Now, Alves from Liverpool into the box, and a good save by Labrovic. Good for Labrovic as well to get his hands onto the ball in the first couple of minutes, so he could get used to it in the Champions League, how that feels. Pavard with a throw in on the left side, a throw it to Ihataren, back to Pavard, and now they're building up from the back. Diogo Jota could play a through ball to Robertson, but he chose to switch the play to Elliott to the right hand side, and now Alexander Arnold here on the right hand side moves into the box with a cross, headed away by Bogdanovic, back to Diogo Jota, but blocked. Very interesting as well that they do have still a couple of players that they have in real life as well. I started this save before the transfer period, so interesting that they actually bought Diogo Jota in my save as well. But they still have Robertson, and they still have Trent Alexander-Arnold, and they still have Allison as well. Other than that, I believe everybody is... Oh, Elliott, of course. Other than that, I believe everybody is new. But yeah, very interesting to see that they brought in Diogo Jota just like they did in real life. They got Kimmich, they got Tahi Chong, they got a lot of good players. Of course, we have got a lot of good players when it comes to Romania, but when you compare it to Liverpool, we're nowhere near them. But having said that, they've had 26 shots, we've had 6, but it's still 0-0. Still everything to play for in the second half. You never know what's going to happen. Mancini here with the free kick takes it short to Elliott. Elliott dribbles with the ball forward, back to Alves, to Alexander-Arnold on the right hand side. Elliott again, back to Alves again. They're not finding a free man. Now they are. Andy Robertson on the left side, of course. But he gives it back to the middle to Alves. Ihataren, Alves again. Trent on the right side, could put in a cross. He does so. Labrovic gets his hands to it. Diogo Jota now with the ball on the left side. Robertson puts in a cross on his turn. Alves, and there's the first goal. Hugo Alves, not a real player, a new gen, gives Liverpool their first goal in this season's Champions League, and he gives us our first goal to concede. I mean, only a 1-0 against Liverpool isn't too bad, but here could come their second. Alves hits the post this time, and Diabate gets rid of it, but no further than back to Alves. Alves again could go for it again. He does, but this time is wide of the post. So I saw that Diabate is on a yellow card. Let's get him out of there for Pisk, because I don't want to get a red card and lose him for maybe a more drawable match. I'm not going to say winnable match, because none of the games we're going to have in this Champions League group stage are actually winnable for us. But there are games that we're going to have a better chance of getting at least a point than Liverpool away. So I'm going to save him for the next one. Still 0-0 after 58 minutes, but Liverpool have a corner kick, and Labrovic with a good save. Maybe could set up a counter-attack, but he takes his time, and the highlight is over. So, yeah, don't really know what to do here. As I said, I don't think we've really got a chance of winning this game. Obviously, Liverpool are much better. 130 away fans for us, so actually a couple of people that are actually supporting us so far away from our home. So that's good to see that we're building up our fan base. Maybe we can nick one goal in the last couple of minutes if they don't score a second, and we could take a draw home to Romania. But for now, I'm just hoping that we don't concede a lot. Kimmich with the ball here, back to Robertson. Plays a long ball forward, but it's headed down by Ferrero. And Pinter and Shilaro could set up a counter-attack here, maybe. Shilaro to Owaida could play a through ball here. A lot of free players here. Castillo now has it. And the counter possibility is already gone. We still do have the ball. Pisk back to Lupu this time. Again to Pisk on the left-hand side. Plays the long ball forward, but they head it down. And now they can counter-attack. Romario Barro has the ball with a through ball to Fabio Silva. And it's just wide of the post again. Could have been already, as you can see, 18 shots on target. Could have been 10-0 to them. Luckily, it's only 1-0. Maybe another counter here for us. Bermejo with the ball on the left-hand side. Tries to go past his opponent, and he actually does. Could put in a cross. He goes for it himself, and oh, what a good save. Actually, a corner kick for us against Liverpool in Liverpool. Corner is headed away. Pinter picks up the loose ball. Fabio Silva takes it off of him, and the highlight is over. Only 5 minutes to go. If this ends in only a 1-0 loss, I'm very happy with the performance of the boys. This could be a second, though, but Fabio Silva misses it. If it ends in only 1-0, that's insane. You know what? If we lose 1-0 or 3-0, it doesn't really matter. So let's just give it a roll. Let's just go really attacking and see if we can maybe get an equalizer. I don't expect us to, but you know, we gotta try, right? Only injury time left, not a single highlight happening anymore. There's the final whistle, but only a 1-0 loss against Liverpool. That's very, very good from us. I am actually very happy. We weren't actually in the game, but um, only a 1-0 loss away against Liverpool is insane. Is an insane result for us. So when you look at it like that, I am actually happy with the result. The performance wasn't really there, but the result wasn't too bad. So that was our first ever game in the Champions League. As expected, we lost. Nothing to be too fussed about if you lose against Liverpool away from home, only 1-0. So next episode is gonna be Inter and Bayer Leverkusen. And for now, thank you guys for watching. And if you enjoyed it, please leave a like for our first ever Champions League game. And subscribe as well if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys for the next Champions League game. And bye bye.